Diaz Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Bye. In a menudo style and direct fashion, we're going to get straight into the content of the day. But before we do, let's hit that like and subscribe button thing. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content I am kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support, man. We're going up on this channel, and it's all because of you. And for that, I could say I'm very humbled and I'm very much appreciative. So thank you. Gracias. Now, I seen something popped up on my feed yesterday, man. And to be totally honest with you, I've been asked in the past, and I'm going to address it right now. You know, why I never talk about this podcast, Haters World. You know, a lot of people have tried to bait me into talking shit about that Vato Blue Devil, discussing his business, getting on him, disrespecting him. And I've heard in the past him mention me. I've heard in the past him having guests that have mentioned me and feeling some type of way. And, you know, I've never felt the need to disrespect that dude, right? I'm not scared of him. I'm not trying to hide anything. I just never felt the need to disrespect them because I'm going to have a lot of haters. And it says it in the Vato's name, Haters World. It's what he does, right? That's what his channel was based upon, you know, and I recognize and I understand and I still support. I still support from a distance, right? Even though Vatos don't like me, it doesn't mean that sometimes they ain't spitting some righteous shit. I'm a real one, right? So I'll listen and I'll support when the support needs to be given. And other than that, I just push, man. I don't really never have anything bad to say about that dude because the last thing you want is to have drama with someone who you think or consider a comadre, okay? And I'm not saying he's a comadre. I'm just saying he feels some type of way about me, so now I feel some type of way about him, right? So the best thing for me to do is stay away from what he's got going on, man, because obviously we're never going to see eye to eye until he falls off, and then he says, damn, what happened? Well, you know, welcome to my world, homie. Not a hater's world, the gunner's world, right? So this YouTube shit, it's selective politicking, right? There's a lot of Vatos that get fucking mischaracterized or shit on when the next guy that's in the same exact boat gets praised or looked at differently because Sosa says so, right? Because he decided to not be transparent and to bullshit you guys and to, you know, basically say, hey, I'm active. And people think, oh, if you're active, you're righteous, bro. You're a good guy. You're solid, right? When at the end of the day, them same Vatos fucking misleading you, misguiding you, they're the worst ones, right? It's crazy, man, how the situation works. But that's gang shit. That's prison stuff, right? Stop playing prison. Out here in the real world, you know, everyone has the right to speak on whatever situation they want, but you have to pick and choose your battles carefully. And me, myself, man, I'd rather not disrespect that Vato Haters World, be all up in his agenda. And I've seen things I was skeptical on. I see people applying pressure and putting out his business. And, you know, I'm not going to be one of them fellas, right? But I am going to speak on this situation right here. Because ese vato chalucas, right? Cholo Juan, I like Cholo Juan. He went on that podcast the other day, and prior to him going on that podcast, there was some fucking disagreement with them two Vatos, with Haters World and, of course, Cholo Juan, right? You know, I seen some disrespect in the past. I seen where Haters World said Cholo Juan is out there in the Rio walking around with a dirty-ass t-shirt. And I seen where Cholo Juan said, man, that dude's nothing but a little fat pig, right? And they went back and forth, but words are just words. When you're from the same, you're representing the same side, okay? When you're representing the same team, that blue team, or whatever's being put out there nowadays, you know, Vatos could talk. They could come to an understanding. They could agree to disagree. And in this case, whatever happened. Then Vatos had a conversation behind the scenes. And Cholo Juan did pull up to Haters World Studio to sit down for a podcast, right? And I thought everything was going good. I watched a little bit of it, just a little bit. And I thought it was going pretty good until Avato called in and decided that if for no other reason, he was going to go in on Cholo Juan over that paño, right? Over a red paño. And I did a video about it yesterday and expressed how I felt about vatos from the Southern California area wearing red paños and letting the gente know that from my experience, just my experience, there's a lot of barrios down south that wear red. And with Mexicanos, it's never been about colors. It's never been about color banging. It's always been about sports apparel teams and barrios, right? It's never been about the color of your paño. But I could understand both arguments, right? I could understand Cholo Juan don't give a fuck. He's going to do what he does. And he made a response and he answered a question that I asked about his barrio, wearing red and, respectfully. And I responded and do respectfully because he deserves that. He's never disrespected me and I ain't got no reason to disrespect him. We know where we stand as men. Everybody knows what side I'm on. I'm on the brown side. It's going to be that period, right? I'm not with the blue team. I'm not with the red team. Where do I lean in this shit? I lean more towards the red team. I'm always going to do that. That's what I was part of. Don't get it twisted, but I got a lot of respect for the South, for Bulldogs, for everyone. And I know to a lot of people, my words, my palabras don't count because I'm not an active gang member. Well, here's a news flash. 99% of these vatos on YouTube ain't. Once you get on YouTube and you start running your dick sucker and you start bumping baking soda breath, when do you have time to be active out there in the calles doing your business? You don't. You're too busy fucking trying to go buy a new Rodecaster Pro so you can fucking get some feria from YouTube, right? Stop faking it. Let's just be real here. I respect the actives and the non-active gang members, but even more so, I respect the man getting up every morning, taking the chanclas off and putting on his boots and going out there to work. Those are my heroes. Those are the gente that I fight for. Those are the gente that I believe in. Because I did the whole thing with the huaraches on out there and the Ben Davises and trying to act cool. I did all that, right? And I've elevated. I'm on man time. I've grown up from that. But I understand that the drama and everything that comes with that is still popularized. But see, people don't support talent. They support the popularity, right? And the drama. So anyways, Cholo Juan goes on Haters World and and Avato calls in, disrespects him. And I remember looking and thinking to myself, damn, this Vato Haters World is just letting it go on a little too long, letting it drag on. But it's his podcast, man, and drama sells. That's understandable. But then I heard behind the scenes from Avato that the Vato that called in, maybe that was a setup. Maybe that was a way for Blue Devil to get his get backs. Like, okay, you wanted to disrespect me in the past, homie? Watch how I do this. Right? I'm going to let this Vato call in and shit all over you. And, I seen Cholo Juan ask Haters World several times, hey, Holmes, hang up on this Vato. I ain't trying to woof. I ain't trying to be a net banger. He wasn't trying to woof with someone over the phone. And no disrespect to the Vato that called in. He felt the way he felt and said what he said. But that's how Cholo Juan felt like, hey, bro, I'm not trying to air this bullshit out right here on social media and go back and forth like this. Like, I'm done with that shit. And again, Blue Devil continued to let it go on for a longer while. And then finally he decided when it was done, it was locked in, Holmes. All right, I'm going to go ahead and let you go, bro, respectfully. Okay? A lot of people look at that as a situation of, if you have someone on your podcast, if you have someone that in the past you've disagreed with, but you're trying to, build a bridge, a gap, and build new bridges, Holmes, then you just burn that motherfucker down before you can even finish building it. Because you let somebody disrespect him on your podcast and whatever, right? But again, that's fucking Haters World business. Do I think bad about him because of that? Chale. Does it even matter to him what I think about him? Chale. Just like it doesn't at fucking all matter to me what he thinks about me. Right? But here's another thing. So Cholo Juan gets to decide to go back to wherever he goes, to his barrio, his pad. And he starts thinking, and the Vato, I'm sure, realizes, hey, this Vato played me out of pocket. This Vato let me let Vatos get on my head. They're supposed to, when someone comes to your podcast, to your spot, your pad, or whatever it is, wherever he does his podcasting from, that's none of my business again. But wherever he does his thing from, you're supposed to protect the people that you bring on. That's integrity and morals and you're supposed to have all that, Holmes, and let people know that, hey, if you're coming to, it's a safe space, you're protected, bro. We're not going to let vatos get at you or disrespect you. It's respect, because you're giving me the respect to pop up and do this show for me and put some feria in my hand. Let me go ahead and show you that in kind, that same respect, right? That's just the way I was taught and brought up. Even if they're your enemy, even if they're the opposition, even then, more so, you give them respect, because you always respect your enemy, man. Know what time it is. Okay, know that they know when the doors crack, it's time. But up until then, why bump baking soda breath? Why wolf? Why disrespect each other? All it does is give everyone on the tira, everyone out there that's listening to you, all they're saying is, look at these fucking wolf cases. That's it, right? So most grown men will be on grown men time and treat vatos with respect and handle their business when they have to handle it. There was something that was said on that podcast, and Blue Devil and Cholo Juan made some type of agreement. And I think the agreement was that I guess Cholo Juan wants to see Blue Devil. He wants that fade. He needs that, whether it's in a boxing ring or a fucking alley or in the backyard, fucking behind a fucking taco truck, whatever. He wants that in the bliñas and the main line, right? But they came to some type of agreement that if Cholo Juan was able to sell, I guess it was 1,000 shirts at $10 a pop or something, great marketing, right? Smart, good business move, right? Whoever sold the most shirts or something like that, then Blue Devil said he would catch that fade with Juan, right? Now, them vatos are killing two birds with one stone. I ain't even gonna lie, right? That's a cold hustle. Sell all these shirts and fucking, if you're able to make a whole bunch of feria, then I'll fight you, right? Hey, it's a win-win situation for Chalucas, right? It's a win. But the vato fucking Cholo Juan has decided, you know what? Fuck that, bro. Let's catch that fade, homes. We got an issue. He feels that he has an issue with Blue Devil. Now, let me explain to you something about social media and YouTube. A lot of the shit that happens is lies, man. A lot of the shit that happens, take it for a grain of salt. It's all fabricated in someone's mind and put out there for entertainment. A lot of shit that happens is set up behind the scenes, like No Jumper. They set the fucking shenanigans and the bullshit up. How you gonna have a whole bunch of guys that work in the same building, never see each other, but they all hate each other, right? It doesn't work out there. And I know there's gonna be some Bob also that wants to defend it. No, it's because Adam's security shit. Where is Adam's security when vatos are getting shot in there? Where is Adam's security when vatos are getting Slurpees thrown on them? Stop it, man. The drama sells. We all know that, right? So we can save that noise for them boys, which is what they push over there. I say that to say this. Sometimes a lot of these beefs and a lot of this shit is set up to make people think and watch and tap in and tune in, right? I don't believe Cholo Juan's doing this. I really believe he has a bone to pick with this Vato Haters World. I really believe that he's feeling some type of way. And I know a lot of people are like, hey, that Vato from Haters World's scared. He don't want to see Cholo Juan. I don't think so. I don't know that Vato from a cold bowl of lumpy-ass Captain Crunch, right? I don't know. But from what I see, his characteristics, his mannerisms, I don't think he's scared. Do I think he wants to fight and wants to do all that? Chale, I don't think anybody does. That's always the last resort violence. That's always, if you could talk your way out of it, there's a lot of people that will talk their way out of it. Now, there's some people now, they don't want to talk. They just want to get off where they're mad at. But 99% of the people in this world would rather fucking have a discussion. And if they could sideswipe and sidestep the bullshit shenanigans of a fight, they're going to do that. Now, I've heard people say, hey, they should get in a ring and fight. What does that do for you? I understand in the body old school shit. Even in my neighborhood, man, we used to throw on some gloves. Homies used to throw on gloves and chunk them to get whatever was off their chest. And that's a way to keep both homeboys safe. That's a way to handle your business like men. But boxing is different from fighting. See, if you're upset and angry with someone to the point you want to put hands on them, then you fight. Okay, you don't jump in a boxing ring. When you start talking boxing, that means you're trying to make some feria, or you're trying to do something to intrigue the people and entertain the people. But most of these boxers that box, they don't hate each other. Do you notice after the fight, they always fucking hug each other and lick each other's ears and shit? These vatos don't hate each other. They'll get you all pumped up in the press conference. I'm going to knock you out. I'm going to knock you out. Then one of the vatos gets knocked down. The other one that jumps up, he's the first one to hug him. Damn, homie, you knocked me out. Let me give you a kiss, right? You ever notice that? Well, see, YouTube and social media and real life beef, don't get played out that way. There ain't gonna be no fucking boxing matches and all that. If you got fucking static and beef, Holmes, you gotta do it. If you're such an active gang member and a G and really solid in that, then you do what you do, and that's what you keep it off social media. You make a couple phone calls. If you were able to make a phone call to facilitate a sitting down at a podcast, then you're able to make a phone call to facilitate a fucking some putazos behind a taco truck. Like I said, you can say, hey, bro, look, I don't like my name being fucking slandered or put out there like that. How about you just show up, bro? Just me and you, no cameras. We get it off our chest, bro, and then we go separate. If we don't like each other after that, it's cool. If we could be cool and let it go, bro, cool. When you're representing the same side and the same team, man, if you were to go to prison and cell up together, you're going to have to let shit go. That's just what it is. Or you're going to mind somebody and let it go. So why don't you mind yourself and be a man and let it go? That's how I feel, right? And I'm not directing this message at Blue Devil or Cholo Juan, because they're going to do ultimately what they want to do. And I respect Cholo Juan's get down, man, but enough is enough. He wants that friendly fade, or maybe it isn't even friendly, that homie fade. He wants a fade, period. We'll see what happens. Do I think it's going to go down? Nope. Right? Name how many other times it's went down on YouTube, these fights. Nope. And just because you call someone out doesn't mean they're going to address it or you got to come. You know how many times I've been called out? Hey, gun, come catch my fade leva. Come catch my fade leva. Like, bro, you got to come out in the 4th round to even make that happen. You have to fight a full fight, at least one full fight. Get a full fight under your belt before we even talk about it, right? And that's the truth. But there's, you know, and I seen another channel, right? A channel that I used to be very, very cool with on a personal tip, like a friend of mine, right? I considered a friend. Then he backed up for whatever reason, man. And it can't be, oh, because Gunner's a fucking rat or a punk because, bro, I read the paperwork on you, so stop, right? But he, all of a sudden, hey, man, I'll set up the fight. Just the Don King of this shit, right? Hey, look, bro. At the end of the day, other people need to stay out of other people's business. And as far as these guys fighting, the only reason I'm addressing this is because, for one, I'm trying to get my views and entertain the people. No, uncut knowledge you can't get in college, no added preservatives, just being real, right? And two, is because I hate to see brown men look fucking ridiculous on social media and people, you know, them times are over, man. A few years ago, I was indulging myself in all the fucking back and forth and the woofing and all that, man. And I think maybe I got a little bit older, maybe I got a little softer, but I don't want to see the raza fight each other. I don't give a fuck what side you're from, right? I'm just tired of seeing the gente be laughed at on the internet. You know, you're going to have people that choose Blue Devil's side. You're going to have people that choose fucking, what's his name? Fucking Cholo Juan's side. And they're never going to see eye to eye because they've already chose up and they pick and choose who they want. At the end of the day, both of these guys represent the same shit. They both represent the same team. So I know men will be men and you don't get along all the time, but it always goes from 0 to 100 on the internet. You know what? Hey, let's just catch a fade. Let's fight. But it never happens. Right now, as far as fucking Cholo Juan feeling frustrated and being like, hey, Sasuke, let's get it. I feel him, man. If I was set up, if I was allowed to be fucking slandered and made fun of and clowned on a channel, man, when you're trying to fucking do the Vato Parro, I would feel the same fucking way, right? Or when you feel when someone doesn't keep their word, I'd feel the same way. But let's not be selective here. I wanted to say this. Let's not be selective. You know, I know that Blue Devil, and like I said, I don't know him personally, but from what I've seen of him, he seems like the type of guy that has a lot to say about a lot of people. So sometimes when you do that, man, you're going to have a lot of enemigas. You're going to make a lot of people upset, right? And I seen that he made a certain Southern California rapper, the face of LA, upset for whatever reason. And I seen the Vato pull up to a certain area, and then I seen some other shenanigans going on behind the scenes. You know, you can't be selective. You can't fucking be willing to clown this person and talk shit about this person. But then when it comes to your safety and security or you, nah, Charlie, Holmes, I'm different. No, you can't be different. You got to be straight across the board, bro. That's why when you take the initiative to talk shit about people, when you want to be that one to fucking expose people and run people's names through the mud, people that you don't even know personally, people that, hey, you're just going based off of what you've heard or what you think on social media. You know, social media is full of fucking bullshit. I've heard a lot of shit too, but I don't say shit, right? But to do that, you have to be of an understanding. Bottles are going to feel some type of way. And when they pull up, you got to have that same energy, right? You got to have that American Cholo fucking Norby's energy. Like, das. Straight up, allegedly, right? Anyways, you know, this is how I feel, man. No disrespects to Blue Devil, no disrespect. And I know that it's going to be, I don't give a fuck what that Dio says. I don't give a fuck, man. Shut your ass up, right? Stop it. You always use that excuse. Motherfucker, I'm not reporting anyone on fucking YouTube. Stop it, right? With that being said, I hope that you move with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming. And again, will this fight ever happen? Probably not. Let's not bullshit the people. It's probably not going to happen. But Cholo Juan is feeling some type of way. You never know. Cholo Juan's different. That vato might pull up like Shalucas. You know what I mean? You just never know. With the red paño on. ¿Sabes qué? I don't know what I'm watching. Like I say, it's a hybrid, right? I'll be like, fuck, what is it? XIV to it. Oh, he's not? Shit. Órale a Rio, right? Shit. Or he might pull up in that Raiders jersey homes with the blue paño like, what's up, piss? Right? Yeah, that's just how they get down. Anyways, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. Hey, my best wishes to Haters World as well as Cholo Juan. I hope that they keep making that feria, keep blowing up, man. They deserve it. They're putting in the work. Again, you know, I know Haters World feels some type of way about me. It's okay, bro. I'm not intimidated. I'm not, none of that. None of that, bro. Believe me. ¿Sabes qué? Órale, oink, oink. I'm out.